Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's Keith with Craps TX. Thank you, as always, for tuning in. If you don't mind, before we get started, as always, please hit that thumbs up for us. It really helps us out. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and hit that bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified when a new video comes out. So, by the time this comes out, I believe I'll be on the cruise ship. I'm trying to record a couple to cover us while we're out that week. I believe this is going to be video number 5 in this cruise session that I'm doing for a $15 table, because apparently there's only one $15 craps table on the boat ship. I was told not to call it a boat. It's a ship, it's a kayak, it's a canoe, it's whatever. It's a big floating piece of metal on the ocean. So yeah, so the last session we ended up not to get off on a tangent, with 15, 16, 75, 85, 95, 97, 1697. So we're going to start out this session with 1697. I have these funky plastic blue chips to use as my $500 chips because I don't have any. I am going to have to cash one of those in. So I'll take 2, put them to the side. I'll take 1 and cash it in for 5 more black chips there. And we'll start out this session, even though we have 1,000 over here, 1697. I'll start out this session playing with the 697. Okay, I'm really not going to do much different with the session at all. If you've seen the first 4 videos, it is 66 inside, Dave's Way from Casino Quest. There's the banner right there. Basically, just playing 66 inside. You focus on the 6 and 8. You do a press on 6 and 8, 5 and 9. You do a regression. You get your money back. And then you start pressing full press and collect, full press, collect, full press, collect. If we get that far. We did on the first couple of sessions. So go back and watch 1, 2. Those were good. 3 and 4. And then number 5, here we go. And we're going to try to get us back on the winning side. All right, so I'm not going to be the shooter to start out with like I've been doing. I'll be shooter number 3. 3. There we go. So shooter number 1 and 2, we are just going to wait for a point to be set, and then we'll pick up our 66 inside. All right, we're coming out looking for a point. The easiest way to do it is just to get started and walk and talk through it. There is a 617 frontline winner. We're not playing the line. Does not help us. There is a 314. 4 will be the point. We'll now take $66. There is 50, 65, and 66. Dealer, please place me 66 inside. They will gladly do that for you, because it is money after all, and most likely won't be yours over the long run, but in the short run you might be able to take some of it. All right, so that is 15 each. Whoa, 15 each on those numbers, and then 18 on the 6 and 8. You know, stacks stacked a little bit better there. Okay. So now we need one of these inside numbers. Come on, shooter number 1, please help us out a little bit. There is a 549. Okay, so that helps us out. If you watched any of the other videos, you see how this is a little different here. Even though we hit the 9, and all these 4 numbers pay $21. So that $15 pays 21, and I'll do it visually for the first time, or for the first hit. We're going to press the 6 and 8, even though we hit that 9. So there's 21. We're going to throw in $3. I don't have 3 singles. There's a nickel. I will give 2 back. And there is the visual $3. So that's 24. 18 and 18 on the 6 and 8. That's 36. And 24 makes 60. So I will tell the dealer to please place my 6 and 8, or press my 6 and 8 up to 30 each. So that is going to look like a quarter and a nickel. And a quarter and a nickel. Math works. And now that's our first press on the 6 and 8. We'll regress if we hit one of those again. If we hit the 5 and 9, we'll press those up. There is a 314. We're going to hit the point. So puck will go off. Bets are off. We're not going to work on the come out. There is a 12. Boxcars, midnight. All the spots we got. There is a 3 craps. If you see a horn, you must bet a horn. And there is a 314. So we are back on the 4 for our point. Bets are back on. Let's see what we can do. There is a 5, 4, 9. All right, so at that 9, we will press that up. 15 pays 21. Again, we'll show you visually there with the chips. We're going to keep that dollar. We'll take 10 and put it on the 9, 10 and put it on the 5. That's a quarter on each. So we are going to place a quarter on each. We are now 110 inside, folks. So any hit on any of these other box numbers or these box numbers we have covered, we're going to start regressing so we can start to get some of that money back, hopefully. And there we go. There's a 5, 4, 9. That 25 is going to pay 35. We'll tell the dealer, give me that 5 and 9, that quarter over there. Take that 35 and place my 5 and 9 back for 15 each. That's 30. So he'll give you a nickel, and he'll put 15 on the 5 and 15 on the 9. And you have done your first regression on that, and you are up. Well, not up, but you're starting to recoup some of your money, $56 worth. There is a 5, 3, 8. Okay, so that will get us completely in the clear. That 35 pays, I'm sorry, 30, I always go the bigger number first. 30 pays 35. You can tell the dealer, hey, just give me that 60 that's out there. They'll do that for you. Throw in $1. That 35 that I just hit, take that dollar, add it to it, that's 36, and then place 18 back on the 6 and 8, please. Because you know what 18 and 18 is? 36. And there you go, math lesson for the day. All right, so now we are, there's 100. There's, let's get a black chip out there. So we are 115 up of our initial 66 plus the presses that we had to make. We're in the clear, we're good to go. We're gonna start full pressing, power pressing. Each of these bets are now gonna be individual. We're just gonna play them as they hit. There's a 6, 2, 8. I'll show you what I mean by that. That 15 is going to pay 21. We will throw in $3, make it 24, and tell the dealer to take my 8 to 42, because 18 and 24 is 42. So $1 will come off of there, just to show you. 25, 30, 35, 40, and 2. The next time we hit that 8, we will collect, and then after that we will press, because we're going to do collect, press, or press, collect, however you want to look at it. 6, 3, 9. Okay, so we're going to do a full press on that 9. That 15 is page 21. Can't do anything with that dollar, so we'll put it over there in our rack. We'll take that 20 and put it on there. I'll just take a nickel off of that and give you a quarter. And we now have 35 on our 9. Same thing with that. If we hit that again, we'll collect the next time, and then we'll press after that. All right, we have a 5, 4, 9. So there we go, right back to back. We'll show you how that's done. That is 35. That's going to pay 49 or 50 for 1, just to make it easy, and we're collecting on that. So there's 2 more green chips in our rack, and that next time that we hit that, we'll press on it. All right, we have 2 craps, spot and a dot. Does not help. Whoa, throw it back in the dish. There we go. Wow, there you go. That doesn't happen often. Spot and a dot back to back. And there's 3, 2, 5. Okay, so we can do the same thing over here on this side. 15 pays 21. We have not pressed the 5 yet, so we can press it now. That dollar will keep. We'll take these 4, add that one right there, and make it a quarter, and we'll go to 35 on that 5. Nicer out. And a 5, 2, 7 out. Okay, so that's it for that shooter. Was that shooter number 1? Did shooter number 1 do us that well? I think so. Not bad. Okay, we'll take it. Not the biggest win, but we'll take it. You know, we got money back. What do we get? There's 100, 50, 65, 66, 166. So even though we had to power press a little bit in there, we basically got $100 back. Puck goes off. We're on to shooter number 2. I'm going to be shooter number 3. So let's see if shooter number 2 can just knock me out and not even... I did not start my stopwatch, so we're just going to have to wing it and hope that we get somewhere around 30 minutes. All right, we'll take that and put it off to the side. We're going to wait for a point to be set. And there is a 5, 1, 6. 6 will be our point. Excuse me. Well, it looks like we got, let's just do this way. Okay, there's 75, 76. So give the dealer 76, place me 66 inside. They'll give you 10 and change. and the 66 will go inside. So there we go, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right, let's hit those inside numbers. Shooter number 2. Well, we got a leaner there. They always say whatever's facing the stick man. Right now, if I'm the stick man, that 3 is facing me. Also, if you pull this wall away, what would fall? It would fall over to the 3. Also, you can kind of drag the stick along and see where it goes. Well, it went to a 6, but I don't trust that. I'm just going to say it was a 7. I'll be truthful on that. I'm not going to try to make it, go a different direction. So we're going to 7 out on that. That is a 0.7 out. And shooter number 3 is coming up, which is me. And I'll just leave this out here so I don't have to set it back up again. We'll go ahead and buy it. But we'll just start out with the, there's 100. Let's give 34 back and change. Just to make us even. And I'll put my $15 on the pass line. That's 20, but I want to put that much out. Not right now. All right, puck is off. That is off. We're not playing those to start. Let's get us a set of dice. 8s always are good for me. There's a hard 8. And we're looking for a point coming out. 527. Okay, frontline winner. That pays 15. What I like to do, and I didn't do it the last time I did this, but anytime I hit that front line, I like to go ahead and press it up a nickel. So we're up to 20 on that. And since I'm up to 20, also what I like to do is hedge a little bit. So to cover that, I'm going to cover the craps numbers, which is, what is that? 7 to 1, any crap, 7 to 1. So instead of playing down there, which I think you can just see off camera, I'll play that C, and I'll put $3 on that. That'll pay 21. If we happen to get a craps number, that would knock that off, and we'd actually gain $1. Not bad for a $3 investment, just a little bit of a hedge. You don't have to do it, but look at that. There we go, 2 craps. You know what? See, we would lose that 20. I'll go ahead and just visually show you that. But for that $3 right there, we're going to win 21. So we gained $1. Yay! All right, so we'll put that 20 back out there on the pass line. We'll leave that 3 on the C because we did not lose it. And we'll still continue to look for a point. Okay, 325. Now we lose that $3. Okay, because that's a one-time bet unless you hit and it stays. If it pays, it stays. I believe that's the same. All right, 325, 5 will be our point. We'll go ahead and take that 15 and tell the dealer to put it behind my 5. We need to make it an even number, so let's go ahead and make it 20. 20 to cover that 20. And we're good to go. Let's get some of those inside numbers. And let's not get a 437 out, because that was me as a shooter. And we need to stop the bleeding at some point. All right, let's take all that out. We are done. So let's go on to shooter number 4. Get a new set of dice. We'll wait for a point to be hit before we set that 66 up. There's nothing good there. We'll just grab that hard 10 and see what we can do. Coming out, looking for a point. There is a 6 to 8. 8's going to be our point. Now we'll put 66 out. I'm going to do it the Keith way and give the dealer 106. And then that way you get 40 back. It's just an easy way to remember it. Yeah, there's another way to do it, but yell at somebody else. Don't yell at me. All right, so now we're going to get 66 set up since we paid for it. And there we go. 3 white on each. And we are set up. All right, we need one of those inside numbers, please, shooter. 6, 4, 10. Not bad, but doesn't help us. There is a 4, 2, 6. Okay, that does help us. 18 pays 21. We're going to give $3. I don't have it. So there's 5. We'll give $2 change. We'll now tell the dealer, please take that $3 to the 21, which will make it 24. 24 and that 36. Press those up to 30 each, because that is $60 now. All right, so that looks a little something like that. A quarter and a nickel. And it works out. All right, dice are out. 5, 3, 8. All right, that is point hit. Also, we'll just tell the dealer, hey, give me that 60 back. I won $35. Here's $1. Make it 36 and take me back to 18 each on that 6 and 8. And they will gladly do that for you, especially when the puck is off like that. Not that they wouldn't do it when the puck is on, but kind of makes it a little easier when all the transition is going on. Anyway, looking for a new point. All right, we have a 3-1-4, easy 4. 4 will be our point. And we need those inside numbers shooter, please. 4-2-6. Hey, all you gotta do is say please. All right, so we've already pressed and regressed on these, so these are now independent. We're just gonna power press or full press up on the individual number that hits. We still have not pressed up on the 5 and 9. We may not have to, but for now, we'll just go ahead and do the 6. 18 is gonna pay 21. I'm gonna throw in $3. Again, I don't have it. Here, let's take a nickel from over here. We'll take that nickel and we'll get $2 and change. That's 24 now. 24 and that 18 makes 42. Dealer, take my 6 up to 42. He'll throw a quarter out there, take a penny off, and you've got 42. All right, so let's keep on going. Dice are out. Oh my goodness. Oh my golly gosh goodness. I am saying stuff like that because I'd rather say something else. So that is a 7 out. We're puck is going to go off. Not sure where we at on time, but we'll go another shooter or 2 just because I think we do have that kind of time. So we're at 66 back there again. We did pick up, what, $58 or so because we did have to power press a couple of, or once or twice. We'll go ahead and pay for our 66. There is 50, 65, and 6. All right. The new shooter bets are going to be off. We'll get a new set of dice. Just pretend those aren't there. You can place them out there if you'd like, even on a live table. Just tell the dealer, you know, do not work my bets on the come out. Don't work the come out. And that is why, right there, 4-3-7. That is a frontline winner. We're not working, so it didn't affect us. There is a 5-4-9, so that is the point. Bets are now back on, and we need those inside numbers shooter. Please. 6-3-9. All right, buckshot. That's what you call it when you get a point right after you set the point. That 15 is going to pay 21. You should know the drill. We'll take 3, makes it 24. Take that 24, add it to the 6 and 8, and take my 6 and 8 to 30 each, please. Gladly, because that's more money we can take from you. All right, we're going to set a point. Same shooter, 4-2-6. 6 will be our point. And we're needing those inside box numbers, please. 6-4-10. We're not on it. And a 6-3-9. That helps. That helps. All right, 15 is going to pay 21. We will press those up. That's 20 and 1. We'll keep the $1. Put 10 each on the 9 and the 5, please, dealer. And the dealer will most likely clean that up and make it look green, because clean and green is the way to go. All right, working our way up to some black chips, hopefully. Dice are out. There is a 1-4-5. We can now immediately regress on that. Dealer, just give me those 2 green chips. That 25 pays 35. We're going to do that in red. He'll give you a nickel. Put 15 each on the 5 and 9. Back like it was, and we are good to go. And we're up 56 of our 66 plus our press money that we need to pay back. There is a 3-2-5. Okay, so now we can press that one back up because these are playing independently now. That 15 is going to pay 21, and they will keep that $1. We'll get a nickel off of there and make that a quarter and take that 5 to 35. Dice are out. All right, hard 6. Point hit, and much better. We can even take these down now too. 30 is going to pay 35. We're going to tell a dealer to give us that 60 on the 6 and the 8. Throw a $1 in, take that $1, add it to the 35, and put my 6 and 8 back at 18 each. All right, so we've now pressed and regressed both the 6 and 8 and the 5 and 9. All 4 numbers are working independently, and at some point we can either add the 4 and 10 from winnings or just add it whenever we get up a little bit. Speaking of getting up, there is 4 green chips. Let's go and trade that in for a black just because it gives you a little confidence builder there. And we're coming out looking for a new point. We have a 1-2, ace deuce, mic check, 1-2. 3 craps does not help. 6-4-10 does not help, but that is the point. So now we are back on again. Bets are back on, and all these numbers are playing independently. 538. So by that, what we mean is that 8 now pays 21, and we're going to just press that 8 only. We'd like to take it to 42, so since it paid 21, we're going to throw in $3. I don't have 3, but there's a 5, and we'll get 2 and change. We'll make that 21, 24. 24 and 18 is 42. Dealer, take me to 42. He'll throw a quarter out there, take a penny back, and you're at 42. Nice out. 628. Okay, so that first hit on that 42, we're going to collect. 42 pays 49, or 50 for 1. All right, we're going to collect those green chips and put it over there. Get a multicolored stack. That's nice. And we have a 527 out. Okay, so that's going to do it for that shooter. We'll just take these down. And some recycled chips there. I think that's probably going to be it for this video. I'm not sure how far we are because I didn't set my stopwatch. But I will take a look at the clock on the camera. Ooh, what are we at? 21 minutes? We got time for another shooter. I thought that was going longer than what it did. Okay, that's what she said. Let's see. There is 162 is what we gained on that, or minus the power presses. But let's see. We'll just go with a random shooter again. We're not going to be the shooter since I am no good apparently at that. We'll take that hard 10 right there, and we'll wait for a point to be set. We're coming out looking for that point. There is a 538. See if we get this last shooter in. We'll throw out $66. There's 50, 65, and 66. Dealer, please set me up 66 inside. He's like, I know. It's what you've been doing the whole time. I'll take care of you. I got you. There's 15, 15, 15, and 15. Make it 18. Make it 18. If you want, those dealers are really taking care of you. If you want, throw out some money, play some bets for them. However you want to do it, place the hard ways for them. If they want to play along with you, they'll play along with you. You can always just give them the tip and say, either keep it or play it. They'll do that. Take care of them, though. That's a lot of work. Yeah, 437. Maybe they'll give you a tip back since you're hitting those 7 outs. I'm not even going to take that down. I'm going to leave it back out there because we really have time for another shooter now since that shooter took no time whatsoever. That's what she said. And let's see. We'll get a set of dice. We'll just do that. 639. 9 seems to be good sometimes. Let's go ahead and buy this just so I'm not accused of not buying it. I'm going to do the weird 106 method and still get a red chip back. Pay 106 and I'll get 40 back. That means I've paid 66. And we are off, and we're going to look for a point with this shooter. There is a ace deuce, 3 craps, frontline loser. There is a 628. 8 will be our new point. We are now paid and we are on and ready to make some money. No, we're not. There's 527. All right, we're going to stop it here. I should have stopped it on the last one, I guess, the way this thing has been going. But let's go ahead and take this down. We'll get a count and see where we're at now. Let's go ahead and put our funky $1,000 worth of chips there on our plastic foil chips. Whoa! And let's see where we're at. And we're going to be down. I can tell that already. We don't have to condense anything. So we got 1,000, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 75, 85, 95, 1595. We started somewhere in the 1600s. I don't even remember at this point. Just because I was trying to get through this video so fast, I forgot the beginning number, but it'll be down here. There's our starting bankroll. There's our final bankroll. There's our negative number. But for the whole session thus far, and I think we're, what, 5 videos in? Maybe 6? We are up. We started with $400. Right there. Let's just take that. We started with $400. So we're still up 1,000, 11, 75, 85, 95. We're up 11.95 for the trip, if you want to look at it that way. If I'm playing, say, once a day. Anyway, yeah, we'll end that there. Before we head out, hit that thumbs up for us. Subscribe if you have not yet. Hit that bell for notifications. That way you'll be notified when we put out another video. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down below, or you can also email us, crapstx@gmail.com. This is crapstx. This has been Dave's way that I'm trying out. You can see that on Casino Quest. That's going to do it for this video. My name is Keith. This is Craps Texas. We'll see you on the next one. Puck is already off.